Basar. I can't. Basar Gikark 5001. Basar Gikark. Okay, one of those wacky gambit lines. Yeah, so you can play bishop here, and then he can bring his queen out over here and attack the bishop, and all kinds of crazy stuff happens. I'm not going to do that. Even though that's actually good for white, but things there are ways to go wrong there. What's the best way to do this? So I'm not going to play that way. Play e4. I could play, well, he's got the pin. I can unpin easily enough. Yeah, I'll just develop. He doesn't know what to do now that I didn't take the pawn. Okay, I'll take that one. Okay, here we go. Let's just get castled here. Let's kick that bishop. Kick that bishop round and round. We'll get castled here so there's no pin. I should encourage him to take that pawn. How can I do that? Play some non-committal move like that. Looks like he pre-moved that bishop move. That's kind of weird. Okay, so he got his rook. I mean, he got his king out off of this file, so I guess I don't have a clever tactic here anymore. Let's just let's chase the queen away from that good square. Let's clamp down on that backwards pawn. And then I think the knight has to come back here, actually. But it's a good spot for it. So I'm a pawn up and have some kind of Maroxy bind like set up here. Yeah, I think I will just park my knight on d5 and say, ask white what he's going to do about it. He's got a bad bishop here too, on top of everything else. So this is a double attack. The queen has to come back and defend the bishop. So my queen can come here or here, and it threaten a little something there. If I were to go to c3, he could play bishop f6, and there would be a backfire. So he goes this way. Can I get to the... yeah, I think I can get to the h6 square there. Let's see. How about an exchange sack, though? If I take, queen takes, and then I bring my queen here, you can block with the pawn. Okay, so it's not effective. Gotta lift up my rook. He can play bishop to g5 here. And can't do too much about that right away, at least. But I was thinking, then he gets his bishop there. That was his idea. But I was thinking at least I get my my rook to the F file here. Yeah, if he goes after that pawn, I will go after this pawn. Now I wonder if there's a tactic here, right? Rook takes f7. If he takes with the rook, I will take his rook with check. So rook takes f7. If he takes my queen, though, take there with check. I guess it's not a tactic. Doesn't look like a real tactic. Maybe with this. He's got a check on the back rank. My king comes here, and he has no more checks. Even if he checks from here, he can't come here because the rook is covering it. So he checks from there. But where is he going? Can he really get back and defend f7? Apparently not. Okay, so I take here with the rook, threatening check and mate. He takes, I take back with the rook or the queen. Well, anyway, I can start with taking with this rook. Oh, I don't have check and mate because his queen is guarding that square. So what do I have? I would have had, if he had taken, I would have had queen check and then maybe check here. Okay, well, I'm in check, so let's block that. Yeah, still, if he takes. Yeah, now do I have that tactic? When I take here, it stops the defense of this guy. He takes back with the rook, though. I take, he goes with the king. Various checks. I guess that's the way to play this. Just simplify it down. Well, he has to take back with the rook. There's no other legal move, right? He's in check. The king can't move away. Yeah. Just want to make sure I'm winning after this. So I can take this pawn right away. There's no immediate check, but white or black. Black can attack the f2 pawn here, which might lead to some kind of perpetual. I can defend the f2 pawn from this square. Let's see if he attacks it from this square. And I can start checking again, I guess. Just grab this pawn and start to promote this one. And if he attacks my f pawn, I will try and defend it with queen b6. Yeah, if he plays there. The only move I was really worried about was queen to d4. I didn't quite have an answer to that. Although it would have left this pawn hanging, so it's not a very easy move for black to play. Okay, yeah. So let's get that pawn rolling. Yeah, the end game, you know, you got to shield your king from checks and at the same time get those pawns moving. Can be a little tricky. But I have a nice clump of passed pawns over here. Let's get them going. So right there, this is coming to crunch time. I go here, he takes there, I push. Where does he go? He goes somewhere to stop that pawn from promoting. Could start with a check. That leaves this hanging here, so I have to come back here at some point. Okay, we'll start with that move. And we will step up like this. Now he's not looking at this pawn. So maybe I can swing my queen around with a check here and a check there. Let's see what he does. I'm kind of nailing down that pawn too. So we can't really afford to trade here. I'm threatening queen to f3 to force a trade. So he stepped back again. Yeah, then I was going to come here with check. So he went there. Okay, so let's go on this side then with check. I want to get to the second rank here, ideally with tempo. Yeah, because if the king had come forward, I think I would have gone for the exchange. Queen, g5 check, queen takes, pawn takes, king takes, but then I have this passed pawn here, and his king has to run rounded up, and I can gather this one. I don't know, actually, maybe he could draw that. But here I do this. Okay, let's try it now. Check, queen takes, pawn takes, check. If the king takes, then I just push this pawn and I win. So he actually has to run back. That's pretty good. I suppose he had to go to the back rank. Then I don't know if I could have pushed the pawn or not. Yeah, that just loses. He had to step back to try and stop this pawn. Maybe he couldn't. Maybe he was already too far away. Yeah, he was here. He steps back, I push. He's already too far away. And just gradually force his king back. Or quickly in this case. Now I'll just bring my king up and mate him. No need to get the other pawn involved. Okay, nice game. I think I will upload this, and we'll also check out that opening line that I was talking about from the beginning in the postmortem. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.